Alright, so here is the map I've been working on. So if anybody's been paying attention, which I highly doubt, but if you have, thank you. Good for you. I've been working on this map. Over here is Valheim. That's where we are now. Then I've got this grid system. And then each of the squares is 20-second walk apart. And some landmarks in there. You can see HALDOR's way up there, and he's not actually that far from us. If we didn't have any issues with stamina, which we shouldn't if we're just walking. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 total blocks, 20 seconds each. That's 280 seconds. That's less than 5 minutes to get there. Just walking, not even running. So now what we really need to do, so because I found HALDOR, I now have Mega Yard, so I can carry up to 450 pounds. This is huge. I've got a lot of coal on me. So yeah, I had some technical issues, and so there was some playing that I did that wasn't streamed. Didn't want to do that, but kind of had to. So I'm going to take a little bit of coal with me. I don't need all of this core wood, though. Definitely don't need all the core wood. So let's put that away. That'll drop 100. And then let's... got the pig farm started. Got the 1-star pigs going. Need to get some resins. Because I need to... Well, also I'm going to need to make some arrows. Fire arrows have come in very, 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 very handy. Because I've had to kill a lot of trolls. You know how it is, trolls. And so I might make like... I've got these 39 flint arrows that I never make those, but I find them. So I'm just going to carry a bunch of arrows on me. I think that'll be fine. Put the feathers back. We don't need those. The extra... This we don't need. I'm not going to be taking... How many raspberries are left there? Can't tell. This is my raspberry chest for feeding the pigs. Resins, honey. My basic go-to food combination at this level has been deer meat, maybe a stack, honey, a stack, not even a full stack really. I guess I better keep the door closed if I'm going to have little pigs walking around. Must have popped outside the door. Well, hopefully he doesn't run into the fire and die. Then maybe this. This should be a good amount of food to get me. Because what I'm going to do is wander around the island looking for my starting point. Which in and of itself, I don't really care about the little base that I have that I was looking for once before. But the issue now is that let me turn the light on here. The issue now is it's the summoning circle, and I also think Eikthyr is going to be reasonably close to that. So I'm gonna wake up in the morning. I've got some coal in case I want to make some signs. Enough stone and wood to make a little cabin if I need a fire. Stag breaker I probably don't need because I don't see myself going into any crypts, but you know, if I get surrounded by a bunch of skeletons or whatever, it's good to whip out. Enough food to get me there and back, some arrows in case I run into trolls. Should be a lot of meadow running, so I don't expect that to happen. So let's sleep, we'll wake up and we'll head out. And I'm basically going to go clockwise down the coast. And there was a certain, there's kind of an inlet river. There's a few of those in here, so that doesn't narrow it down, but I have a bridge which wasn't here last time. So yeah, forget everything else. Okay, so Greylings I'm gonna hit with the club so that I can get some of the points there. Now what had happened was, when I first left my little base that was by the summoning circle, I thought I'm gonna take a little run around here. And then I was looking for a base that was like in meadows but close to Black Forest, so I can get stuff I need. Alright. How about just that? So I can get the things I need. And I just walked around the island counterclockwise for a while. And then I found the base. At one point, I actually did try to find the original base before I did the full finding the new base location. And I wasn't able to find it. But I've never really just gone back since then and said, okay, I'm going to wander all the way back around and try and find it. And I really have no idea how far it is. What I do remember, I don't think I should probably do. I didn't do this before I left. And I may go all the way back for this, because I don't trust myself. I want to know what direction I'm traveling at all times. And I hate to go back, crossing rivers and blah blah blah, but I'll be darned if it's just not kind of important. Getting lost a bunch of times because I didn't have my directions captured properly is something that's caused me a lot of trouble. I'm going to try to avoid that happening again. Now the thing that I tend to do sometimes is I pull out my hammer and then I go to zoom in or out and I end up rotating the directions. Really annoying. I do have some resins, right? Yeah, okay. Alright, because I plan on going into parts unknown down this way. Alright, this is my north marker. I don't know what the heck I just built. I think I fixed something. Okay, so that was pointing south. Now it's pointing north. Sun's coming up in the east. Okay, so far so good. We're gonna have to have enough stamina to make it all the way across there. It's a pretty awful looking little bridge. Need to maybe put some core wood across the bottom. Another thing I think I really need, and I try to avoid it, I was willing to spend some time to get some fine wood so I can make my bow, because having a nice fine wood bow is worth its weight in gold, really. But I need to get some more fine wood so I can make some luxury items. Banner, table, chair. That'll give me an extra 4 minutes. I don't think... I'm pretty sure I came all the way around. At some point I remember walking along the shore, and there was land on the other side. It seemed a little far away. It wasn't like swimmable. That had black forest, and I considered making my base on the shore I was at, thinking, you know, maybe I could make a raft and go back and forth. But I decided that just wasn't a great idea. For a lot of reasons. And I'm glad that I stayed on this island to do my Black Forest exploration, because it's a large enough island that I actually found HALDOR, which is monstrous. Once I beat a couple bosses, I'll be buying some Emir flesh. I've already got the fishing pole. I haven't really fished yet. Looks like that's a place I stayed. It's got the workbench. Oh, are you kidding me? Alright. And every time I see some place I stayed, I think that's good. Even though I'm going to be focused mainly on... those are just like little islands off to the side. Even though I'm going to be focused... Is that a fire? Looks like that might have been a place I had a fire where I was probably wanting to rest. A lot of times when the fires are long gone, you can see a little remnant of them. Yeah. Don't really need mushrooms, but might as well grab a couple, because why not? Oh, great doing here. I'm not anywhere close to a black forest, I don't think. Why are there so many? Oh, but I do want to have some buff skills, because there are some things that are going to be easier to kill hand to hand with blunt than bows. 4. Why in the world are there 4 gray dwarves in this area of meadow? I find that to be a big surprise. Maybe it's not. Maybe I guess I'm wandering into dark forest. Oh, geez, there's a black forest, dark forest. I can grab some more of those arrows. Feathers never hurt. Little cheddar. I don't need scraps. I don't need the thing. I'm probably not going to need that much resin. Alright, so now I have to think to myself, is this the shore I was on? I said it wasn't swimmable, but maybe it was. Maybe this is the shore that I was looking at that I thought, no, I'm going to keep going. I feel like it very well could have been. I mean, clearly in fact, I almost remember that one little, like, pine tree or fir tree or whatever it was over on this side. So if that's not correct, and my base is over there somewhere, well, this is going to be a pretty short trip. But I'm suspicious. Huh. Definitely crossed a couple meadows. Did not see a Draugr village. Is this a place I've been before? There's nothing in here, so hard to tell. I like to think if I had been there before, like if I hadn't been there, there would be stuff in it. super telltale is if you find an empty chest. The last place we just went was there's just been no chests. What's this one saying? A full belly? I don't remember seeing that one. So every time I find one of these river inlets, I'm gonna take a wander. See, I probably would have looked at this and said, oh, this looks nice. Except there's no black forest nearby. See, there's money here. It makes me a little nervous. I feel like I would have stopped and grabbed that stuff. Now, the river inlet I was talking about was not something this big. There's such a good chance that I am going to not find my way back. Because I might cross over into that one area where there was black forest on the other side on the way back. So I really have to try and remember, don't do that. I don't think the river that I did that led to my base was so big. But I'm going to check this one out just in case. Like, you see how this comes to an end? That's how that little inlet that I was talking about with my base was. Just to give me some directions. That's pointing north, which I find very strange. That's pointing north. I guess I kind of left going east. But I feel like I'd made certain turns that would have me pointing more south. Well, either way, I'm going to run up, see if I can find my little base. If so, cool. Because it was up kind of like a hill like this. Because I remember running down the hill and then finding that little inlet and going, oh, I can grab that little inlet and go back up if I ever need to. Yeah. The sad part is, these usually have bones in them. If they don't, it makes me feel like, oh, good. Of course, I'm doing this in a freaking super... Oh, hey! Is this my base? No, okay. But it does have an empty chest. Which makes me feel like I've probably been here, which means it may be close to my base. I seem to remember there was a house like this not too far from my base going this way. Directions. So I'm going to go west a little bit from that hut. 61 run skill. And here it is. Wow. I'm really surprised I found it that quickly. Seems like so long ago. Now it's funny because that's the way I think I went to find that thing. Okay, so in here, it's so long ago. Look, I had some money. I had fire arrows. I had a bunch of flint. Couple deer heads. Nice. Clearly, I had been prepping. Might as well cap that off. Anything else I want to bring from here? Maybe I'll keep the resin because I'm probably going to need to maybe make some kind of a road from here. So north was the way, right? That would take me to the water. Now I kind of went past here and then up around and then back to the west, but ultimately I think this should take me to the shore. So I should maybe kind of mark this as best I can. Let's pattern it for the can't see anything. Still pointed north. I don't know. A little bit to the side. So the real question, I guess, is can I find... Is this that one that I did? I think it was. This is where I started. Can I find the most direct way? I feel like I went east for a while. So if I go west from there, or am I going to screw myself up by trying to be fancy? What I think I'm going to need to do, I guess I took my fire with me when I left. I'm going to need to make a westbound road and actually measure it this time. And I'm trying to think of the best way to go about this. If you have any advice, let me know. If you were watching, I guess I'm just going to do it. Okay, so let me first put the marker down for what north is. I hate when I have to do this mapping stuff, but if it gets me there, it gets me there. So this is north. I'm not going to put the direction to my normal base because I don't know what it is. Alright, let's just start pathing the heck out of this. Oh, actually I'm going to face this. East? Is this east? That's east. Wait, does this give me the elk theer directions, or is this just smack talk? Oh, it already, this gives me it. I'm gonna have to remember that. That's southeast from the summoning circle. I didn't even look at that. Yeah, that's southeast. Alright, now we will head west and hope that we run into some sort of civilization. Let me reorient this. Actually put a middle southeast on here. I always use the bottom for the direction to the base. Alright, let's get the, yeah. Now, I'm not going to do another super crazy map. Oh. Well, thanks to mystical force in the area. I get it, they don't want you terraforming around the summoning circle. But, man, hopefully this goes the way I'm hoping it's going to go. If I run into the river, there was a river that I crossed, a big one. If I run into that, then I know I can just take the river back up. Should probably eat something. It's hard to go anywhere when you have no stamina. I realize I'm not exactly, yeah. It's time to make the cut. You can do it now. I hate these little trees. The no-death run that I'm trying to do is obviously, it's perfectly fine to death everybody else. Get him. Should probably be pathing up the hill instead of leveling, but it's just so much easier to see. I hear bees. I don't need the bees, because Lord knows I got enough of them back in my base. But I mean, like, over 20. Alright, I'm on target. Still going west. It's about time to maybe go back and take some measurements. In fact, it's really past time. I'm gonna go a little bit further. And then we'll start using up all that resin. I don't think this is going to be... Oh, I got a target. Right around here, I imagine. Yeah. Normally doesn't matter too much, but that was pretty egregious. Yeah, if this ever met up with my original roads, that would be pretty awesome. Good. Just trying to switch arrows, man. I'm gonna go a little ways. It'll probably be late enough I can go back and sleep in my original base again, and then start labeling these every 20 seconds. Yeah, I just don't care. Alright, I think we're actually going to be hitting the water, which is good. You know what, I'm going to... Oh, we're close to that black forest, too. Let's get the I was going to cut this tree down. It's just annoying. I would hate to get as far as I've gotten. Not that it looks like I've gotten very far, but I haven't fought like clear. But I've got some good stuff. I got HALDOR. I got a bunch of ancient seeds, I got pretty upgraded stuff, got smelters and kilns already. So there's some, there's some achievements I've had for somebody who has no technology whatsoever. If nothing, you get some bow. Where am I at with bows? 36. I got so much more to go. What am I at with clubs? 31. I have spent so much more time doing clubs than I have bows, and yet my bows is barely much better. You have so many more arrows you have to shoot. He's alerted, but he doesn't see me. Alright. Maybe right about there. Looks like I scared him, but I didn't hit him. There we go. Alright, time to head back. And I want to measure this distance. Maybe I will ultimately end up tying it into my map back at Valheim. Or Valheim, I think is what I'm calling it this time. And this place was south of my base, I believe. And Elder is south of that. Not Elder, Eichir. All of this to say, I'm going to need to, if I'm going to put this onto my home map, I'm going to need to like create the second half of it or something. Now normally my motto is ABR, always be rested, and I think that's perfectly fine advice, but I also know that we basically just kind of trucked along this ridge and my base is going to be right up there. So there's no sense dropping a campfire right now. Alright. The summoning circle. So it was, I've been traveling west, so it was east. That, I feel like I almost went all the way down. Something's very strange. I never did quite understand how I got here. But how that was north. When I feel like where I started was north and then made like a U-turn. Should have been south. I'm just gonna have to be very crisp on what direction I actually started traveling. Alright. So, timer. $20 seconds. And I'm going to call the base 0, 0. Like a kind of an altered 0, 0. Which means this, being west, would be -1, 0. This will point north. This points back to the base. Point this west again. And I'm going to put a sign on that says -1, 0. And now let's start the 20 seconds again. The fact that I'm not perfectly going north or west is perfectly alright. Alright. Next set. Put that down. These on. And these aren't really super critical because I don't plan on really coming back here a ton. Get the north on. Get the way back to the base. We'll get the sign. It says that this is -2, 0. Let's make sure it's so we can see it. Alright. And then we start again. I lost the trail? I think I did. Where the hell did it go? Oh, it's down here. That's right. We're gonna start over anyway. So I completely lost it. Ah. Alright. What the heck? Don't look right. That's north. This is west. What the heck was I doing? Did I get that north wrong? I think I did. Somehow I got turned when I was marking the signs. So that's north. Let's just leave north on. Double check north. Which means 1,000 north. This would be west. That makes me feel like more like that's the direction I was actually trying to go. Oh, jeez. Shouldn't be running. I'm not measuring anything that way. This whole measuring thing is a great idea. And it's helpful in the long run, but man, is it a pain in the rear. Cheat it just a little bit and go up to the top of the hill here, or close to it. That's alright. Place these guys so we can find it if we need. Get the sign. That's west. So this is north. This is the way back to the base. This is the way I want to go. And that makes this, what, -3, 0. Alright. I'm going to start the measurement again. This does seem to generally be going in the direction I'm pointing, so I'm not too concerned. And if I get the numbers off, that's not the end of the world either. And this is -4. If you've been paying attention and it's the wrong number, let me know. Because I don't know the answer to that. Good enough. -0. I did care a little bit. I wonder if the last one was -4. Nope, -3. We're good. Probably don't want to get caught without the foods. Alright, that's -4. And we'll start again. That's where we had our little snafu before. Started heading down the wrong way. It's so easy to get turned around with these things. It's not a surprise at all. This is -5. I feel like the coast was over there. I'm not even sure if we're actually cutting anything off by doing it this way. Maybe. -5. We'll see. Probably right to the edge of the meadow. Some black forest trees over there. I think I'd have this little process down a lot better than I do, but every time I really have to like think about it. What's next? These, sign, direction, north, the way back, sign, -60. Is that sign backwards? I think it is. -60. Get the direction back. And then we start walking. This is where we were getting to that meadow. Or the shore. This is where I was hoping we saved some. Is that a grey door? I guess that makes sense. We are right on the edge of the Black Forest. Alright, so it's getting a little late, isn't it? In the game. I'm unrested. Maybe I'll build a little fort and crash for the night. Yeah. Actually, the sun's up pretty well, isn't it? That seemed a lot more dire than it was. Alright. I guess that timer's still been going off. Alright, like I said, I don't really have a pattern down yet for this. This is going to be pointing west. Something's screwed up. I feel like that's the sun going down, which should be west, unless it's going to go like an arc like that over there. But I think this is what I was kind of expecting was the hit. Yeah, see, I look at it here and I just assume it's going to go down, which doesn't make sense, but if it goes over there, oh, maybe it's alright. What is this? What, that's 7? -7 comes 0. Well, either way, if I got the directions off somehow, not the end of the world. Because I still know where I'm supposed to be going. Is that west? Well, anyway, I'm going to start going what I think is south. And we'll see where the sun ends up. Oh, I'm not rested, am I? I didn't rest because I planned on building a house. And then I decided not to build the house. These guys just never stop moving. Are you kidding me? How am I supposed to get any rest? These arrows are like one-hit kills if I can hit them. No, all I need is 30 seconds of peace and freaking quiet. I can get rested and be on my way. Maybe take a peek and see where the sun's going down. I can go a little bit further, I think. Alright. South. What direction is south? That's pointing west. I want to make this point. Actually, I'm just gonna make it point north. I just know to go opposite. I'm not sure why doing a no map run sounded like a good idea for a no death hardcore mode, no portals, nothing else. It just did. Now I'm starting to question how brilliant that move was. I guess that's about right, this direction. Okay. A little bit of black forest here. Sounds like we're back at water again. I remember looking in this place before on the way in. It's probably where I'll spend the night. There we go. Now the interesting thing is the sun seems to be going... Oh, maybe... See, I feel like that's west. And I've been looking at this as south, which would make that west. Yeah, I've gotten turned around somehow. Not the end of the world. Like I said, I'm just going to stick with the grid. The grid, I know how to get home. That's not a problem, right? Well, I say that now, famous last words, right? Alright, 20 seconds in the direction that felt like it was supposed to be south. Yeah, okay. Go. Might have one or two on the way to that. think it's going to be 1. That I'll make the stop for. And then I'm guessing I'll be stopping at that other place. This was still pointing north. That's the way back. This one will be... It was -7, -1. 20 seconds. And even if it's not perfectly at that place, that's what I'm going to do. Actually, it is about perfectly at this place. Alright. So let's make a little temp. Place the rest our heads. Before I do that, actually, I'm going to get my directions for what I think is what. Or have been using for consistency anyway. Wait, is that north or south? That was supposed to be... That would be south. I want this to point this way. That's because I turned it when I put the sign on. That's right. Alright, this way back to the base. We will make these. Let me breaking that bed up, but this place is a crap hole. I'm gonna have to repair some things. Doesn't need to be perfect, but let's make it a little presentable for Mom. Just the right roofing thing. Close enough for Jazz. We did want the 45-degree one, though, didn't we? What? What was that for? Waste my arrows. They always turn at the last second. Get in here, get a fire going before they annoy me further. Just see where I'm going to put it. Oh, I can't do it. I have to do it like the old-fashioned way. Alright. There's already a hole there. Break that down. Let's make a little bed. A little fire. See if this will let me do it. Or is it going to make me go kill him? Alright. You spam the E, sometimes it'll let you sleep. Yeah, it's going to get stupid. So now I have to go like back east again. What is that? Grey Dwarf stuff? Holy cow. Alright. So this got me to, what did I say it was? Did I put a sign on? No. -7, -2. this doesn't take us too far away from the shore. Trucking along the shore would be really nice. Glad to be away from those stinking gray dwellers, man. Those guys are aggressive. And not aggressive in like a good way. They're aggressive in like a really annoying way. Making sure those aren't like drogger houses. I can't say that I'm 100% sure they're not, but those guys are usually in villages as far as I know. So maybe I really did hit like the south side of the island. Turn back north or something. I don't know. Plus, I have to remember my direction was almost certainly slightly off somehow. I try to be very careful about that. Oh, this is brutal. There's gotta be. Oh, jeez, I didn't repair my hill that last time. Alright, well, let's do this. I gotta go back anyway. I mean, there are times when it seems like the number of storms are stupidly large. But in the grand scheme of the exploration I was just doing, this hasn't been too bad. Yeah, one of those houses has a bee in it. I think it's that one. Once upon a time, beginning of the game, bees were gold. Now I've got hundreds of honey and I don't know what to do with it. Not going to be making potion bases for a long time. See, it's funny. I went what felt like west 7 from the origin, then down 2. Just 2? Is that really just 2? Feels like it was a lot farther than that. These deer are the luckiest deer ever. No, I guess it was just 2. Alright, so I came west all the way to there. And and then I came south 2, and now I'm going east. So theoretically, if I go east 7, I could go north 2 and have a shortcut to getting back to my original base. I might actually test that out when I get there, just out of curiosity. Let's not forget why I did this. I do need... Oh, might as well time it. It's funny, I have this tendency to want to count seconds based on those footprints. Just a second ago, I was at like 10. I wasn't even trying to do it, but this thing was at like 7. Alright, let's see. So let's do our process. Let's put this down. Oh, hold on, the wife's calling. Hello? Good, how are you? You're on your right. Did you see the baby? Okay. I'll see you in just a minute then. I'm playing some Valheim. I love you. Bye. She says, what are you doing? Like she doesn't know. She just wanted to have an excuse to go, Alright, so north. I'm traveling east. So north would be this way. That looks like what I'm seeing down there. This is the way to the base there. And this should be -6, -2. And we go. We try to do our 20 seconds. Now, if I do this, and it does end up lining up, that will save a lot of time from getting to that home base. I don't really think it's going to perfectly line up, but I've got some things lined up before doing this. Alright, so I'm traveling... This is north. I'm traveling north? Oh, I was traveling east. I've confused the dickens out of myself again. I do it every time. I'm not traveling north. I'm traveling east. I was right. Okay. Which means this is north. This is the way back to the base as the crow, not as the crow flies, but as I know it. Which means this is now -5? -2? I've got the worst memory for this kind of stuff. Anybody? Wait. Alright. British Walrus. I don't actually know what language you're speaking in. I can't see the chat all that often. -6, -2. I need to open it up on another computer, but I don't have that in front of me. So I was right. This is -5, -2. Let's keep going. Start the timer. Good, good. No pause. Alright, right at the top of the hill. I'll take that. Now I will make my little markers. Now, normally I throw some extra resin in, but I just don't see myself getting lost on this one. Famous last words, I know. Hello.